All right, welcome back. Welcome back. How are we all doing today? I just want to go straight to the program. But before then, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. As always, if you are new here, try and subscribe to the platform. Give this video a thumbs up, and your comment is very, very crucial. This video will be somehow we are going to touch a lot of things, and it's basically something that we our people, all of us are going through. Whether you are an Igbo person, whether you are from an Ika people, Warri, blame them, all of us. If you are not Igbo speaking person and you are from the old Eastern region, this video is very, very important. That you need to pick something from that. Forget about your animosity against Igbo people, and you as an Igbo person, forget about your animosity against non-Igbo speaking tribe in East. This video or the so-called South, because I don't believe in that, but that's the story for another day. This video, we will try our best to bring this problem before us so that you cannot fix yourself where you belong. Take a look at the write-up here. This is a man called IGBOKWE. When Mazi was kidnapped, like when that announcement was made, he decided to go on his knee to thank God. Finally, he has been kidnapped. He's not alone, but his own is very, 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 very open. That everybody was like, okay, so maybe he's one of those that planned for his kidnap. Rumor also has it that Wike, Hope Uzodimma, and of course this man, of course, and so many other people, that their hands are in Mazi kidnapped. No, that they are the one that sponsored it, they have financed it and everything. And some people actually add Letifa here over. That's just a rumor. Nobody have a concrete evidence on that. And we are not here to tell you that we have done our research and this is our findings. No. But current concern, you cannot deny the fact that IGBOKWE has been very, very vocal, that Mazi should not be released. Now, imagine pushing that narrative, and you now have somebody like Dele Momodu. Many of you know Dele. Some time ago, years ago, he hosted Mazi on his program, and that video went viral. A lot happened in that video. In fact, we're happy because Dele is somebody that even Mazi himself said that if he want to, let's assume that if not that Nigeria cannot be fixed, that Dele is kind of people that he himself would have loved to see as Nigerian, to emerge as Nigerian president. But we are not here to talk about it. I'm not here to, if Dele incense. No. Dele reacted on this post from IGBOKWE. As you can see here, this Phonex made this claim as of time of posting this, which is, he made it before he posted the video, or when he took the screenshot 3 hours ago, as of that time, but this could be 2-3 days ago, you understand? Now, Aloy Ejimako, also retweet it or screenshot it and decided to react on it and say, thanks, Dele Momodu, you have said it all. So this language, I don't know, maybe it's a Latin word or one of the legal term, I don't know. But Dele said here, with all due respect to old age, what kind of cruel man is IGBOKWE? So terrorists and bandits can be released and rehabilitated, but not Uncle Joe's kinsman, Mazi. Dele is a Yoruba man. And you see, this is why I said that injustice and corruption don't know color and race. It's only those who want to use it to commit another crime are hell-bent in talking about it, trying to use it to justify their claim or their crime. IGBOKWE is not the only one. Joe Igboke from other side, from one angle, is telling you that holding Master Ghana for 5 years, 4 to 5 years now, is justifiable. And he is an Igbo man. He's an Igbo man. He is begging Tinubu not to release him. Now, let's go back so you understand what Dele Momodu said and why he said it. Joe Igboke won federal government. Look at it here. He wants federal government against releasing Nnamdi Kanu, says IPOB leader does not deserve pardon. An Igbo man. That's why I said we need thorough cleansing. And that cleansing is not, you don't need to bring a hoe, ogle, and broom. That's not the cleansing I'm talking about. It's not about what you use to clean. It's not using sponge and detergent. Or sometimes maybe you can apply something like substance like jig to clean it. No. But if you know, our land needs cleansing. A man of his age can say this, then that means Ijele speak, it looks Chibos or Chukwuma. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this. You know who I'm talking about, the one called his head Ijele speak. Chukwuka, not Chukwuka. Looks so innocent after reading this guy's message because he's of age. He's old man. Chukwuka is old, of course. He's old man as well. He's not a young guy. He's above 40 years, if not 50. Forget about it. You can see his brown teeth. You can see his wrinkles and everything. So the age is also catching up with him. Maybe Obalande married Diana Khan, because you cannot tell me that that guy is free from blood. No, I don't think so. That's my personal opinion. But let's continue because I'm not here for him. He's not alone. So many people, I have seen some comment, Kesh also, Jovika. These are people, even those who claim they are clergy, are also committing these atrocities simply because of the hate they have on Mazarokan. It's not only Funes that made this post. Another news here, which is okay, Steve Funes, but somebody also this is from Dele's platform. This is from Dele, and Aloy Ejimako decided to respond to that, react on that. Now, it seems to me that some people in Yoruba land now, like another one, not all of them, don't get it twisted. Some of them are more somehow vocal in time when it comes to this injustice now. Not all of them, but some, and very few of them, and they're not shying away from speaking the truth. I want you to listen to what this lawyer said here. Many of you know him because I'm playing it from Joseph Okechukwu's platform. So you are going to hear what he said, his own experience, or some maybe a reaction from people from Benue State, like from Benue State. You know what I mean? Now, what they said, what they told him, their own encounter with terrorism. Why am I not linking up to the terrorists and what is going on in Nigeria? Because the same injustice that Mazakan is preaching against is what even other tribes, that non-Igbo tribes are not, they are not seeing the reason behind what Mazakan has been saying. Pay attention.
Would come. The terrorists would come. The Nigerian military would come and disarm local population.
Disarm them. Okay.
They would disarm the local population on the truth. In fact, what my friends in the Middle Belt have told me is that they have learned that once the military come around searching house to house to disarm local population, even take their day guns, they know that the Fulanis are all behind. That is the level of complicity that you have. Terrorists would come. The Nigerian military would come and disarm local population first. They would disarm the local population on the truth. In fact, what my friends in the Middle Belt have told me is that they have learned that once the military come around searching house to house to disarm local populace, even take their thing guns, they know that the Fulanis are not coming behind.
Now,
that is the level of complicity that you have.
Now, the question now is, after knowing those things, because we all can agree that what he said is true. Because 3 weeks ago, the same thing, Kwara State, people in the Kwara cried out about the same thing. That DSS went there and collect all they have. Then it not take time. Fulani bandit, nickname terrorists, terrorist nickname bandit landed in their village and begin to buy them for fun. It's not one. The question is, you as a soldier man from the south, from Yoruba land, from Igbo land, from Calabar, from Efik, all of you, after seeing this thing that people from Middle Belt or Plateau State, and even in Kwara State now, what they're saying, you still have the audacity to take shower, wear your khaki, and begin to parade yourself as an army again. That is the reason why people don't, feel remorse or not remorse, sympathize with them when they are being fired. Why would you allow yourself to associate yourself with this kind of people? Why? Is it not enough to allow them so that you know your problem? A Kwara State man is in army, and this kind of thing happened in your community, and he can't do anything. They disarm your people from defending themselves. That reminds me of Lazuba, who said that defending yourself is a taboo. That is the mentality of the Nigerian army then. Not me saying that, this is what Dele said. And many people need to learn from this. It is now happening in Kwara State. In 2012, 2015, 2013, thereabouts, people actually see this terrorism as the only thing of the north. It can't happen in the south. Today, Kwara State is something else. And don't think it's about Kwara. You see Oyo State is also a problem. You see in Enugu State, Anambra, Abia. You see Bini. You see Akwa Ibom, Calabar. You see Uyo, all these areas, they are also potential Fulani land with this kind of thing you guys are doing. Now, you don't see people like NSIMA talk about this thing. No, it's a taboo. You can't see people like all these Igbo bloggers that are always want to share it, like Keshos. Oh, security that is arming community before Fulani invade. I don't hate security. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate Yoruba. I don't hate Hausa. I don't even hate police officers. I don't hate them. But I hate their attitude. I hate their character. It's a two different thing. I'm not saying you should lay ambush and start buying them. No. Here we don't preach hate. We don't preach violence. But what we are saying is for the humanity. If you are from Kogi, if you are from Kwara, if you are from Oyo, if you are from Ondo, if you are from Bini, if you are from Calabar, if you are from Enugu, from Asaba, from Manoma, are you from Ikwere, anywhere you come from, what matters is your life. Before that, until you are. And seeing this kind of thing, few number of people from the north who want to take advantage of your gullibility, using the security architecture and everything to advance their own cause. You see all those things playing out day in, day out, and you want to tell me that it's being politicized. It's being politicized. Really? It's being politicized. Why? Who is behind that politics you're talking about? Who is going to gain something from that? Because before meaning that the moment you stand up from your chair, you already have in mind why you stand up, what you want to do. That's why you stand up, right? You don't just stand up because you know your leg can carry you. No, you stand up because either you want to stretch your body, or you want to go and ease yourself, or you want to go somewhere, you want to pick up something. There must be a reason why you stand up. Do you understand? So that is it. What is the reason? What they want to get from that? We have seen what is going on in Lagos State. When some of us say don't invest in Lagos, not only in Lagos, in Kano, Kaduna, even non-Igbo place, don't go there. But you see, old Eastern region, I would just advise you to do, because we are all one. Just that some people want to pick one or two people, which they are doing in our land as well. Not only because that's why when I see NSIMA yapping nonsense, I felt like it's the same sickness that some of Igbo people are having. When you check Ijebe, when you look at Ikenga, when you look at Keshosu, Jovika, these are people that have platform and devote their platform. These are the one I know. There's another guy that I don't know his name that have been yapping nonsense. And when you go to the comment section, you see some Afonjaz, not Yoruba here, Afonjaz commenting, telling them, oh, no, you are the true son of Igbo land. You are the only honest person we can see. You are the only truthful person in the Igbo land. When that reminds me of Master Makano's broadcast in the past. The moment they started praising you, go and recheck yourself. Do you understand? NSIMA have been on Igbo people, insulting them. I don't know now what happened between him and Yoruba. No matter what you do, no matter how you want to apply your bleaching cream to make it look like you are not Igbo or want to color yourself, at the end of the day, they know you are Easterners. Whether from your Calabar, whether from you are an Easterners, you are an Easterners. I'm not saying that you are Igbo. It's up to you. Like there's a video that I saw today in the classroom. Grown-up people from Igbo they're going to primary school to teach them that they are children, that they are from Benin. Some people are just evil, just like what Joe IGBOKWE is doing. So it's not about Joe IGBOKWE. We have this kind of people in our land, and they are the main problem before any other people. But thank God, I thank God for the life of like this man on screen, Dele, and Dele Momodu, and Shore. Even Shore own, like I said, is to me, I am a support of the protest. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying they should not protest. No, anything they can do to free Mazen Kanu. Imagine when I said here on my platform that if I'm in issue of Mazen Kanu, I don't mind even quitting the agitation. Judging by how gullible and senseless many of us are, I can't put my life for this level of stupidity. No, I said it here, and I'm not saying it because I want to be a make enemy. I want someone to love me. No, this is my personal opinion, and my opinion about this. What I just said about Mazen Kanu goes nowhere. Mazen Kanu is a man of his own, so his decision remains his decision. But what I'm saying is that this is my own grievances, watching or seeing what our people are doing. Nobody say you should create problem with anybody. I'm not saying you should start tying, or if you see Yoruba man, give them poison. No, I don't say that. What I'm saying is that know yourself, protect yourself. That's all. I'm not saying you should hate Yoruba people. If you see Yoruba people in our land, buy them. God forbid. I'm not saying that, and I cannot say that. But what I'm saying is, you have seen how your house are being demolished, how your business is being demolished. Why can't you just apply sense of reason in some of the things you are doing? Curtail your movement like this our sister have done. Watch. Let's start again.
Umuahia is the state capital and where civil servants and a lot of politicians reside. So I felt like this was the best move for me. So why did I move from Lagos, Nigeria, the mega city that is Lagos, Nigeria, all the way to my state? I decided because honestly, I feel like the opportunities for me will be better in my state. And I realized with politics in Nigeria, you really actually have to go home. Like wherever your home is, you need to start from there. Even though I'm just doing political media, I realize that I actually need to go home because I need to go to a place where people are going to treat me well, where people are going to value me, where people are going to value my ideas. And that's my own place. I didn't really feel that way in Lagos, like at all. And that's because of tribalism. Tribalism is an epidemic in Nigeria, but especially I would say in Lagos. I saw it live and direct. There's nothing that anybody can tell me about anything. I saw it live and direct several times. And my entire experience in Lagos trying to do this political media, just the day in the life of politicians was kind of colored by so much tribalism. So I decided to go back home where I would not experience tribalism. To be honest, I'll just have benefit after benefit. And yeah,
Okay.
so that's actually what made me start looking at home. And then I started really thinking about my own people. And I'm very lucky to be home in a state that's actually trying, right? My governor, Alex Oti, is really striving for the best. And so I'm just going to try my best and let's just see. But I'm excited. I'm a little bit nervous, of course, because it is a brand new environment. And I just decided maybe 2.5 weeks, like 15 days ago, to relocate, and I just did it, so I am really excited, and right now I'm just like mapping out like what I need to do. And yeah, so I'll just keep you guys informed, keep you guys updated, and tell you pretty much everything that's going on and everything that I'm up to.
So to cut the long story short, she moved from Lagos back to Abia State, where she come from. Very, very good. Very, 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 very good. May what happened to her or what she noticed in Lagos State, may you notice that so that your sense will reconnect. I'm not saying something bad should happen to you, but may that sense of reason that possess her to see through. No, she's not telling you to hate Yoruba, no, but to protect yourself, because you cannot just ignore the fact that you are not being welcomed. We know. Imagine Nancy already call for protest and there's no this arranging, this argument on the, in the air, that people want to do. No, you see, everything is calm, right? I dare you to do that as an Igbo man. You see the other side of the story, but you need to also support Shore in this one because of Martin Namaragan. The idea of going back home and all this is not peculiar to people in Lagos. It's not just meant for people in Lagos. If you are in Kaduna, in Jos, you need to come back. And to those who claim that Igbo leader, governors, and all that, this is what you guys are causing. Just because Abia State governor is being perceived to be performing, she have the courage to go back. She have the courage to go back because she have noticed the injustice and the tribalism going on in Lagos. Do you actually think it's only in Lagos? No. Abuja, all these places. The common thing, the common thing that should have just reset your brain is the idea of when you protest and there's a problem. When other protest, there's no problem. You are not only a top-class citizen. You used to be a top-class citizen, but in the emergency of APC have made Igbo people a foreigner. Not even a foreigner, and all the governors are warrant governors. Not even governor. You see them as a governor who cannot even command any security in his own state. That is a warrant governor, because you have to, as a warrant chief during the time of British colony and everything, warrant chief don't have power. Their own is to convey message from here to here, just like a messenger. That's what you have now as a governor. And I know that they will say, oh, this guy you are talking. It is true. Whether you like it, that's what it is. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about Nigerian government and governance, but the idea of you going home, because all of us know that what you do is self-effort. You be governor of yourself, you build your house, you build the road, you give yourself water, you give yourself electricity. So what is the job of government then? Nothing. Now let's continue, because I told you about NSIMA, because I'm working. I just want to check it. I'm checking on the minutes of the video. I don't want it to be too long. That's why I'm rushing it. But please understand the message. Very, very important. First thing first, stop backstabbing your people. Stop sabotaging your people. When you hear the word sabotage, it's not only on issue that has to do with the Biafra. You can sabotage your brother even in the line of your business. There's this rumor now that federal government of Nigeria, they are working, secretly to make sure that Chinese companies will be, they wanted to bring in their goods in Nigeria direct, and they waive tax and the customs charges. All this, they just waive it away, just to make sure that Igbo people, because they know that all this that they are doing is not affecting you. Their target now is that line of your business. The reason why they increase the tariff and everything, when you ship in something, is the idea is to make sure that you suffer. That plan is targeted on Igbo race. It's not a tribal problem, as I'm telling you. I'm not trying to make you create a tribal war or tribal hate. No, this is the reality, what is playing now in Nigeria. During the time of Yaradua, Jonathan, even in the time of Obasanjo, were you facing this heavy tax? The answer is no. Today, if you buy a car of 3 million from US or even Germany, for example, you bring it down to Nigeria. Let's say car of 3 million, you end up paying 5.6 million naira just for clearance. What does that tell you? And if you're a car dealer, how will you make money from that? Of course, you sell it. You can't sell it 8 million. You have to increase it. So by the time you calculate everything, a car that you bought 3 million will be selling. You'll be selling that car 10 to 11 million naira in Nigeria because of the tax government milked from that business. Now they want to lure Chinese people to start bringing goods down, so that you, as an importer, you will face a very, very big problem, because they will be the one bring down anything they see that people are just receiving a little breathing space is a problem. In terms of politics, Igbo people are now, they have pushed them away totally, and we are trying to adapt. That we are no longer interested in the business, not because we are not, but you are not being allowed to participate, and their funders are bragging about it. Remember, NSIMA, all of them, those of them that are teaching people in Ikore today that Ikore is not Igbo and all that, Ikore is from Benin. Yeah, after teaching them this, what do you stand to gain? I will upload that video. Don't worry, I will upload, like I promised to upload this IGBOKWE video. That's what I'm doing now. If you watch our first video today, I told us that I will bring this video. That's what I'm doing now. So I will also bring the one of Ikore people teaching their children how not to be Igbo. Fake history. A child of 6, 5, 11, 10, 12, 13, 14 years, and I'm learning from a grown-up man that Ikore is Ikore and they originated from Benin, just to hate Igbo people. Just like the guy called George Oyibe is doing. These people are the one hurting themselves. By the time you start telling yourself the truth, it's better for you. I'm not saying it because I'm an Igbo person and I want all of you to become Igbo. No, but stand on the side of the truth. You can even be Ikore, remain Ikore. I'm not saying you should destroy Ikore tradition and language. For what? Maintain your heritage. Be who you are, but stop lying that you are from Benin. There's no need to do that. Your name, everything, you can see it. But this is the reason why people like IGBOKWE are making it more difficult. For people, when you look at them, you'll be like, and this is the reason why I hate this idea of respect the elder. Which elder? The elder, you must respect yourself before start demanding respect. How can I respect you, a fool? It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, let's go, before we end, many of you know the NSIMA role all this while. How NSIMA have been talking down on the good people. Because he want to be more Tinubu than Tinubu. He want to be more Tinubu. He want to be more Yoruba than Yoruba. Today, the Yoruba have noticed that he's forming an alliance with Benin because in his mind, they want to create Bender Republic. You know, have you heard about the Bender Republic? They want to create it. That's the idea. And Yorubas have noticed that they are using them, some of Yoruba, not all, it's kind of using them to bullshit the Igbo people and want to advance something that I don't know. And this Yoruba woman said this.
I've always told them that I don't trust this NSIMA boy. People, be careful what you discuss with NSIMA. I feel even tolerate other tribe. You see Calabar, we no get level, we get identity crisis. Don't you dare come and talk to us.
Identity crisis.
I feel even tolerate other tribe. You see Calabar, we no get level, we get identity crisis. Don't you dare come and talk to us. No. You are going to eat poo. You are going to eat poo. You stupid person. You won't give Yoruba woto. Calabar person won't give Yoruba woto. Latibo sibo from where to where. Something we need do where they not get level. Now only one person, all of them they run for. Now only all of una they see una they run. So una small to me. NSIMA is in the middle of the Benin people where they do bola business. NSIMA no ko, NSIMA no be. NSIMA no ko. You no go better for your mama. You no go better for your mama. I don't know how old you are, but we fit, I feel even tolerate other tribe. You see Calabar, we no get level, we get identity crisis.
Now, this is what you get when you undermine the truth. When you begin to yap nonsense. Calabar people are very, very intelligent and industrious people. They are not weak. They are not lazy. But when you have this pig, somebody who don't know anything, he just want to, because he want to get back at Igbo people, he want to talk down on Igbo people simply because to him, somebody provoke him, I don't know. If in your family, if somebody provoke in your family, do you need to set your house ablaze because somebody provoke in your family? That means that simply means you need to be handcuffed as a madman. NSIMA don't represent Calabar people, can never represent Calabar people. Just like, I've learned not to bash on, any ethnic group because we look at our own as Igbo people. When you look at the IGBOKWE, aka Ijele speak, or what is the name of this guy? Ikenga and the rest of them, Jovika of this world. We look at them and somebody somewhere begin to, weigh you based on what the person can see through people, like as if they're representing you. How would you feel? That's why I feel for that other tribe that have this kind of useless people in their midst. Every tribe have their own, mad people. You understand? But the NSIMA own is very, very funny. But I love the way this Yoruba woman pick on him. But I don't like the idea of tagging in Calabar people. Calabar people are not, they don't represent. You must have this kind of people who refuse to understand this. The moment they divide you, after dividing you, they will use you. Anytime you want to ask, if you allow yourself to be used and you want to now, you refuse to go to do petty business or job that they expect you to do because you are not their subject. Once they divide you and you agree that you have been divided, and you think that we are all the same, you respect Yoruba is this. The moment you are saying that they know that you are a foolish human being, because that's why you could not even recognize where you come from. Anytime you refuse to run around, this errand business, the errand job they're giving to you, you refuse to do that, they will remind you how stupid you are. That's why you don't know your father. You don't know where you come from. They will tell you that you are facing an identity crisis. A little girl in the north have made a short clip, was not last year or early this year, saying that Igbo people are the most confused tribe in the whole nation. That you see somebody bearing Uchechuku, Choma and all that, and the person will tell you that he's not Igbo. A little girl from the north made a video like that. That video did not even reset their brain. That means you can't solve their stupidity. It is beyond human comprehension. I'm going to end it here. Learn from other people's mistake. Avoid giving yourself out to be used against your own people. It will profit you nothing. IGBOKWE needs to understand that he's not speaking for Igbo people, and he will end up being put in shame. Just take a look at this thing again before we go. I just want you to see the tone, the words that Dede Momodu used, in responding to him. He said, with all due respect, you can see that to the old age, what kind of cruel man is Joe Igbo? Dede Momodu is saying this. So terrorists and bandits can be released and rehabilitated, but not Uncle Joe's kinsman, Mas Namorican. This short word, this word is very, very short, but it means a lot. You can see, truth cannot be covered. He's a Yoruba person. He understands that this man is willing to, leak everything just to be more Yoruba. But the Yoruba man is telling you, look, you are just something else. And you think that Yoruba person or any genuine, sensible person, be even trouble, after seeing this, your utterances, he will trust you to be to be close to him. You are dreaming. Anyway, God bless you and make sure you like the video. Thank you so much for your time. and let me know what you think about it. Put your comments. God bless you.